Welcome back to TMNtv News. I'm Alicia Fireherm, and the date is April 11th, 2022. First, we'll take a look at some upcoming events happening in the community. April is Sexual Assault Awareness Month. There will be several events to attend throughout this month here in Hayes. A domestic and sexual violence and faith communities training will be happening on April 20th. This event will focus on training faith leaders and their congregants to help survivors of domestic and sexual violence. The training session will last from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the First Presbyterian Church. It is free to attend and sponsored by Jana's Campaign and a Lawrence organization called #BeMoreLikeClaire. Jana's Campaign is also sponsoring the Spring Art Walk exhibit on April 30th. This event will feature a variety of artwork that depicts both healthy and unhealthy relationships. Any medium of art will be displayed, ranging from drawings to poetry. Jana's Campaign will be accepting submissions via email until April 20th. TMN's Reagan Neufeld recently spoke with Katie Blackburn, the executive director of Jana's Campaign. Here's what she had to say about the importance of spreading awareness through events like these.
It's important because what we know from statistics is that there is someone in our lives that has been affected by either sexual violence or domestic violence, even if they don't share that information. So it's really important for us to be aware of these issues, but also be educated on how we can assist somebody, because there will come a time that they will need help and when they will feel comfortable sharing their story. And so being aware of those resources is super important. And the whole purpose of Jana's Campaign is to provide education so we can also prevent these instances from happening. So if we are educated, we can recognize what these behaviors look like and then call them out whenever we do see them, and that will then continually help work to prevent them from ever starting in the first place.
In similar news, the American Democracy Project's most recent Times Talk featured Tricia Haskell and Shaylee Knickerbocker of Hayes Med, who talked about the process of a sexual assault exam. This Times Talk was also coordinated by the Fort Hayes Title IX Committee. TMN reporter Grant Rowley was there and spoke with Haskell and Knickerbocker more about their presentation.
I think we would say, just if you feel like this is something that you need, to come as soon as possible, because there is time-sensitive things that can be done. We have evidence that we can collect within a certain time frame. We have certain other services that we offer that are also within a certain time frame. At any point in time, we are more than happy to see anybody, no matter what that time is. But I will still say the sooner the better when it comes to getting the most options. So we would just encourage somebody to come, even if you're not exactly sure what all you want. We can walk through that process with you and tell you all of your options and help you figure out what to do next.
Also happening on campus last week was the Tunnel of Oppression. This event sought to teach attendees about the different hardships that people go through. I went there and spoke with several of the event's coordinators. The Tunnel of Oppression event was hosted last Thursday from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. in the Black and Gold room.
So we have the Tunnel of Oppression, where we have different sections talking about different topics going on right now. We have microaggressions, misogyny, and then options is here talking about different types of healthy relationships, and they have red flags and how to what the world of someone being abused is kind of to help kids walk through it so they can kind of get a taste of what those people experience without experience it themselves.
This event was a group effort between 5 different student organizations.
The student engagement partnered with 4 student organizations here on campus. Us for You, Teachers of Tomorrow, Black Student Union, and then the Gender and Sexuality Alliance.
The Tunnel of Oppression event started in 2016, and Trejo believes the event is as relevant as ever given current events.
That it's very important to have these conversations, especially now coming off of the pandemic and having or being back on campus, being face-to-face, I think is very important. And so just hope everybody comes in with an open mind, being respectful, which is something that should be continuing in the future. So, yeah.
Trejo thanks all participants and hopes this event opens the door to continued civil discourse. For Tiger Media Network, I'm Alicia Fireherm. Last week was also the second session of the First Responders Art Collaboration Training Workshop. I headed over to the atrium of the Schmidt Art and Design Building to find out more. The second session of the First Responders Art Collaboration Training was held on April 5th. This event brought together Fort Hays students, first responders, and persons with cognitive disabilities to work together on a weaving project.
I feel like you don't know how to interact or talk to people who are different from you until you just jump into the deep end and just start doing it. Like it's really important to just start talking.
Persons with disabilities are more likely to experience violence in their lives and therefore heavily rely on first responders.
So one of the big things I like to highlight is the increased violence on persons with disabilities. So persons with disabilities are 2.5 times more likely to experience violence in their lifetime, and of that 2.5%, the largest percentage is of persons with cognitive disabilities have the most incident of violence.
This event gives participants a chance to get to know one another in a more relaxed environment.
When we see them in our work, it's typically not at the best of times, and we can be kind of a scary force or scary noise and a scary presence for a lot of these people. So getting them comfortable with us outside of our job is very important for both us and them.
Niblock hopes more individuals get involved in the project.
I love projects like these, and I really hope that we continue doing them for everybody, for law enforcement, fire, EMS, the general public. That's really about it.
The third training session will be held April 13th from 3:30 to 5:30, and the last session will be held April 21st from 10 a.m. to noon. For Tiger Media Network, I'm Alicia Fireherm. We will see mostly sunny weather this week, with highs in the 80s and low in the mid-20s. The Hays area is under a high wind watch from around 4 today to 8 at night tomorrow. This watch is for southwest winds possibly being 30 to 45 miles per hour, with gusts up to 65 miles per hour. Tuesday will also be the warmest day of the week, coming in at 83 degrees. Wednesday then becomes the coldest day of the week, with highs in the low 50s and the lows at 26 degrees. The temperature rises after Wednesdays, with highs close to 70. However, for Easter, we will see colder weather again, with highs close to 80 and lows right at 30 degrees. Enjoy the warm weather and stay safe from the high winds. When we come back from commercial, Caden Sanders will give us the FHSU sports update, starting with the track team.
My name is Allie, and I'm a senior business major at Fort Hays. I love working for TMN. It has made me a more experienced photographer and really helped me professionally due to all the changing environments and the different opportunities. I've also been able to meet and talk to a lot of people, which has helped bring me out of my shell.
The average person uses around 100 gallons of water per day. With only 3% of the water on Earth being fresh water, it is important to be mindful of how much you are using. Turning off the sink while you are brushing your teeth is an easy way to conserve water. It is also important to never leave running water unattended. Replacing leaky faucets is another easy way to cut down on water usage. Also, adjusting the load size on your washing machine will ensure that water is not being wasted. Do your part to help conserve water.
Teachers today are finding new ways to instill old lessons, proving that greatness can be found in everyday places and that you don't need to be famous to be unforgettable.
Hello Tigers, I'm Caden Sanders here to bring you your weekly sports update. We start with the track team. The Tigers traveled to Wichita to compete in the KT Woodman Classic at Wichita State this past weekend. The team had 4 provisionals, and Lyra Coleman beat her own school record by 1 second in the 100-meter dash. Holman finished first in the 100-meter dash and recorded the fastest time reported of all Division II athletes. Alexandra Hart placed second with a 5.8 high jump at the meet, giving her a season best and a national qualifying mark. Chloe Stanley was 7th in the 400-meter hurdles. She beat all but one Division I opponents in the race. Ryan Stanley finished 2nd in pole vault with a clearance of 17 feet. He is the 5th individual in Division II to eclipse that mark this season. Jacob Clark was near the top of the competition, finishing 5th place. Xavier Robinson finished 3rd in the triple jump. The track team will compete in the Brian Clay Invitational in California and also the Loper Invitational at Nebraska Kearney this weekend. The men's golf team competed at the Central Missouri tournament last week. The team finished 19th, but Tanner Copeland was atop the team as he finished 16 over par for the tourney, including 1 over par during the first round. The men's golf team will be back in action at the MIAA Championships next Monday through Wednesday. The women's golf team competed in the Newman Invitational. The team finished 14th at the tournament and individually had Morgan Brasser finishing in a tie for 16th place. Shauna Lee had a huge second day as she climbed 30 spots by the end of the round. The Tigers will not be in action until the 21st of April when they will compete in the MIAA Championships in Newman. The women's tennis team had a busy week competing in 3 matches. The Tigers lost to McPherson College 4-3. Emporia State beat Fort Hays 5-2, and Newman defeated the Tigers by the same score. The Tigers will be back in action this week as they travel to Oklahoma to take on Central Oklahoma and Northeastern State. The softball team competed this weekend in a pair of doubleheaders on Friday. The Tigers were swept by Washburn, losing 4-0 and 6-1. On Saturday, the Tigers split with Emporia State, taking Game 1 7-6 before falling 8-0 in the nightcap. The Tigers will finish the week at home against Central Missouri and Lincoln. And finally, we end with the baseball team. After having a midweek game against Washburn postponed due to weather, the Tigers were swept in a weekend series at Larks Park against Northeastern State. Fort Hays lost Friday's opener 17-5 before dropping games by scores of 7-5 and 8-4. The Tigers are back in action against Newman on Tuesday and then compete against Missouri Western on Thursday. Before we go to a short break, TMN's Ethan Boo mic'd up FHSU baseball player Cade Wallace recently for an inside look during a weekend series in Hays.
I'm like nervous to talk now. I don't know what to say.
Just don't think about it.
I know. He's about to serve him up the dirty bubble. Dirty bubble, dirty bubble, dirty bubble, dirty bubble, dirty bubble, dirty bubble. Come on. Strike him out. Later. Oh, good pitch. Oh, yeah, that's mine. Thanks, yeah. I forgot I put that in there. Ruth, baby. I found it in the snack bar and just buried it away for later. Pick! Yeah! Let's go! Love to see it. Come on, baby, come on, baby, come on, baby. Start us off, J-Bone. Everybody, let's get into it. My favorite is this little poodle, the blue one. This walk-up is so tough.
Are you mic'd up?
Yeah, bro.
Hi, Ethan Boo, camera stream.
Some tap dancing. This guy looks like a newborn giraffe. I don't think I've ever seen Madagascar, actually. The Ice Ages are good. Happy Feet, I've never finished it, I don't think. My favorite movie like that, though, is Surf's Up, for sure. That chicken in that movie is so funny. Yeah! Here comes a hit and run. Dang it, I was wrong. Is it way harder to pitch when it's cold? I wonder if my mom's here. Ow. It's a nice owie. When I met this guy yesterday, I thought he was going to be a good umpire, and he's not. What is going on back there? Oh, man. Come on, Campbell. Right here, baby. Right here, baby. Come on, Cass. welcome for the walk-up, Connor.
Come on, Cass! Come on, Cass! Stay back and drive the body, go!
All invisible set with little ice cube blocks. I want to hear teach me how to Dougie again, dude. Like your takes and everything just looks so comfortable. Like, it's so comfortable. Even those ones that are down and away, like you're staying on your leg and staying tall, you don't even sniff them. Like you're not even, it didn't even look like you had like any inkling to swing, you know what I mean? Like, it looks good. More beef sticks. This will be my 5th one of the day. 5th beef stick of the day. If I eat this beef stick, I will already be at my daily limit for sodium.
Hey, one bite, everyone knows what you want. Hey, give me one bite.
No.
Why not?
No way. Good at bat. They're giving you that 4-hole is massive. Did you see that? Yeah, I know. Dude, you hit it so hard, you hit it right at him. I don't even think he moved.
Yes, he did! Yes, he did!
Must not have been watching.
Yeah!
That guy was a step and a half past the bag. Come on. Keep chipping. Start it up, Mike. That ball's traveling. That ball's hit well.
Come on, Mike! Come on, Mike! Yeah, come on! Get in there! Come on, Kane!
Throw it.
Good flirty route, man!
This is my boy Tyrone.
Yes, sir.
We got to mic him up for game 2. You'd get some good sound bites. He's literally built like a pear. He's built like me my freshman year at Cloud when I was a catcher.
Go, Joe! Yeah! Oh!
Kind of firm.
Pretty hard. He's just worm burning.
Get that worm a helmet.
I'm Joey.
He's gonna K this guy.
Come on! Come on, SC, let's go! Do it to him! Yeah! Let's go! Yeah! Let's go, SC! Let's go, baby! One at a time! One at a time, let's make it happen!
My name is Allie and I'm a senior business major at Fort Hays. I love working for TMN. It has made me a more experienced photographer and really helped me professionally due to all the changing environments and the different opportunities. I've also been able to meet and talk to a lot of people, which has helped bring me on my show.
Easter comes a day earlier in Hays this year. Saturday, the 48th annual Easter egg hunt hosted by the Kiwanis Club of Hays will begin at 9 in the morning. Club President Chuck White discussed the event with TMN.
The Kiwanis Club of Hays has sponsored the Easter egg hunt for 48 years. Since 1973, we've invited children in the community with their parents to come down to Fort Hays State University in the Quad area and hunt for Easter egg. It's really one of our bigger events that the community really seems to enjoy and participate with.
Event chair Michelle Springer advised participants to show up early to the event, as the egg hunt happens fast. Kids ages 0 to 10 can participate and will be split up by their age group the morning of the event. For the full preview and interview with the Kiwanis Club members, check out the TMN website. Each semester, the Fort Hays Aikido Club hosts a seminar. The spring seminar was held this past weekend, and I was there to interview some of the participants. This weekend, the Fort Hays Aikido Club hosted its spring seminar. President and Chief Instructor for the Aikido Association of America, Toyota Sensei, taught at the event. Participants came from across the country, giving individuals practice with different types of people.
When you practice with the same people from your same dojo, it's great. You get to know their body types really well, and you can do some moves a lot easier on them. But when you practice with people from other dojos, they have different bodies in general. Some people are more or less flexible. Some people, are more or less stiff, and it's different limb proportions. It's just very different person to person. So seminars are great because you get a wide variety of people coming in, and you can train with multiple different body types and can really help you perfect the technique.
This seminar was very well attended, with over 40 participants at the Saturday session.
We used to get seminars that were about this size every semester, but our last two were a little smaller, a little more focused on the club. We had less people from out of town. This seminar we had more than half of our people from out of town, and it was really great. We had a whole bunch of black belts and a whole bunch of just really experienced people who I had never met before, so it was good to meet them, good to work with them, all sorts of things like that.
The next seminar is in September, celebrating the 20th anniversary of the Fort Hays Aikido Club and the 10th anniversary of the Aikido of Northwest Kansas Dojo. Sanford encourages all to attend.
The seminar is a great event for anyone who might be interested in trying Aikido, since we have a lot of people there, and especially high-ranking people who are instructors maybe at other dojos. It's great to just come in, and if you're brand new, you can work one-on-one with an instructor to figure out all the techniques. So don't be scared. It's very beginner-friendly.
To keep up to date with the club, follow them on Instagram or check out their Facebook page. For Tiger Media Network, I'm Alicia Fireherm. If you're looking for volunteer opportunities, the big event is coming to campus April 30th. Student Government Association Community Relations Director Chloe Stanley has more information.
The big event is a day dedicated to completing various service projects throughout Hays. So you sign up on TigerLink, and then you complete projects throughout the Hays community. Projects that have been done in the past are cleaning Big Creek, picking up trash around campus, cleaning out different office spaces and departments, things like that. So honestly, whatever the community needs is what we're here for.
The Delta Zeta sorority recently hosted their annual male beauty pageant called Big Man on Campus. The event was held to raise money for the American Society for Deaf Children. Contestants dressed up, gave a fun fact about themselves, performed various talents, and at the end of the night, the judges had their winner. Well, that looks like that'll be a wrap for this week's edition of TMNtv News. To stay up to date with local, state, and national news, visit tigermedianet.com, as well as our social media pages. Thanks for watching. I'm Alicia Fireherm, and we'll see you next week.